Let's go over all of the July info that is going to be dropping very, very soon. Yes, the new update. We've got stuff between new champions, side quest info, you name it. It's going to be a good one. Really looking forward to this. So let's begin, okay? And let's go over what's going to be dropping down. We first of all got Eternity of Pain coming back. This is Eternity of Pain Anger, because I think the first one was Despair. This is Anger, in that this one is, hopefully going to allow players at Thronebreaker to get to Paragon. Still nothing for Cavalier and uncollected players. This summer has been disappointing for them when it comes to just having a seat at the table. As I always say, it's nice to have a seat at the table to feel like, you can eat with the rest of us. But not having anything, like even just, I don't know, some kind of little event extra that you can grind out, grab something extra, it just would be nice. Cavaliers getting the opportunity for like a 10% to tier 5 CC, or at least uncollected players getting a chance of, I don't know, getting a rank 5-star champion. It's just a little bit that kind of allows players to still grab, as I said, a seat at the table, to have a little bit of food with us, and everyone gets to eat together, as part of the community. But that's what Kabam are trying to do nowadays, is force the narrative of you trying to get up to the next progression tier. Sad times, but at least, it's back for those that are Thronebreaker and Thronebreaker to try and get to Paragon. There's an update to Thor Jane Foster, which I know a lot of you are aware of, and the Spotlight will be out probably now, if not at some point. I don't know. We'll try and do a separate video about that one. There's also instant rank up offers. This is interesting and could be a big thing for new players coming to the game. I don't know if Kabam will go down the further route of champions like 6-star, 5-star rarity being able to do this, but players now will be able to spend units on the rank up screen to directly purchase missing materials to complete rank up on any 1 to 4-star champions. So that's good news, but at the same time, could be a problem down the line if Kabam go any further with this, and it could force a very kind of whaley type narrative. But if you're looking for, I wouldn't say when you begin the game and you're looking to kind of do that on 4 stars, units on 4 stars, don't save those units for masteries and kind of getting further and beyond with those, and then think about things like July 4th deals, Cyber Weekend deals, and make that kind of progression and jump as quickly as you can, or save for other things. Gifting event can really give really lower players an option with great gifting crystals to get that kind of jump up, and may even get a 6-star for the very first time, allowing you to blast through certain content. Don't know, but that's just kind of down to a personal thing. There's a lot of bug fixes, but there's some stuff I'm glad to see the King Groot now starts with the appropriate number of Fury buffs at the beginning of a fight. Excellent. That means that kind of improvement's coming. King Groot no longer takes degeneration damage from Warlock while on power alternator node buff. There's some stuff to mention as well, like Kingpin overpower buff now stacks correctly. Don't know 100% what that will mean for the champion's effectiveness. He's already pretty incredibly effective, so maybe it's a case that he wasn't being as effective. I don't know. I don't have Kingpin at a certain rarity that I use him quite extensively. Storm now pauses all prowess following a heavy critical hit. So that's good. That's something that we talked about a while ago. There's something here which I'm not 100% sure. I don't use Thor Ragnarok as much as I used to, especially when you're seeing stuff like this. No longer inflicts stun or / armor break on shock passives. Now, I don't know if that means that that's gonna affect the champion in a way that he's not as a super effective as he was, especially to get things like a perm stun or kind of get rapid armor breaks on. But I assume that's fine. We'll have to have a look. Input system refactor fixed an issue where players would perform an attack that was interrupted by a special 3 following the matinee, the dark of the matinee. So so I guess that's kind of some good changes, some stuff to mention. And true accuracy on Mole Man, it no longer remains active while in frenzy mode. That's a bit so disappointing. It just means that it's I don't think it's going to be too ridiculous, but we'll have to see with it. Right. Now we're going to move on. That's a side quest, okay? The side quest of this in a nutshell, and we'll be doing full videos to break this down next week when this goes live. There's 4 difficulties. Oh, great. There's a motorbike starting up outside. I don't know if you've heard that. It's not me farting. It's outside with a motorbike. Thanks. This is my job to make, record stuff. Thank you, person. Man, I can't wait to move. 4 difficulties requires star mine coordinates to enter. So that's kind of you've got to do those Starmine coordinates, which I assume would come from like a calendar or a daily kind of like thing in your mailbox, or you get it to use. There's 0 energy per tile, love it. There's each quest is a single path with 7 fights, good enough. Earn star ore for each fight that you successfully complete. Complete as many fights as you can to claim the most star ore possible, and then you keep any earned star ore even if you find yourself blocked and must quit the quest. That's kind of similar to a previous one like that. So what else? Well, there's Star Ore Logging Calendar, which is that calendar awards Star Ore daily. Missing out on day will result in logging calendar restarting. Damn it. And Starmine coordinates, yes, are in the logging calendar you get. And there's also a Valkyrie store, which we'll look at in a moment. There's also a solo event, which is nice, which is great, and a special God Bomb crystals, which cost 2,000 God Bomb shards a piece, which is great. I love it when these cost 2k a time. But look, for me, these particular events and similar ones like it, I'm just getting a bit bored with the kind of innovation and the ideas around side quests and what Kabam are doing. It's like, at times, I kind of feel like they're just copy and pasting too much these kind of events, and they're kind of just too similar from like previous months. Especially when you look at stuff like, I don't know, the Mojo television store, you got that. And one thing that I've really missed from like 2019, I want to say, was the time that Kabam put out things like this. And that was extra solo events, like things that allowed players to grind out to get more currency. Like this was like a coral type thing. And this was like fantastic for champion use back in 2019 for when Namor was kind of released into the game. This was cool because it allowed players to grab some extra units, extra revives, health potions, whatever. But also it allowed, the more extensive grinders to grab things like extra coral if you wanted to grind it and have that kind of extra option. It's just disappointing nowadays that a lot of these kind of like additional currencies are kind of behind paywalls, and that sucks. In a lot of other games, you can either excessively grind out to grab more of stuff that you may have missed, or you want to be, the top dog when it comes to picking up stuff, like a rank reward giving out stuff. But nowadays it seems to be a case of like as soon as you spend, you seem to grab this stuff. And Kabam put these in these daily cards. So like, in the unit store, there's always something in the daily kind of like thing right here, shoved in as extras in the Cavalier Daily, for example, or the Grandmaster Daily. So I really would like to see like a return to Kabam putting in these as a extra addition to this, and whether or not they put as like extra things like extra shards that you can get, like extra kind of Cavalier shards, Grandmaster shards, whatever. But it would be nice to see like, the extra units, extra revives, extra health potions opportunities that players can pick up nowadays. Or even energy refills with some description. But just something extra, something nice, something spicy. Especially because, in this particular announcement, there's nothing about, the Summoner Appreciation, which I would assume would be announced either separately, or I'm sure Kabam would do it. I think it would just go a little bit separately from it. But that would be nice to see, especially for this kind of like, this section, this time, this kind of year, especially with how much of a year it's been with stuff. But it does look like it's relatively fun. And, we got a solo event. We got a nice kind of spicy crystal with some decent champions in it. Hercules makes another kind of addition into, I suppose it's kind of like a gold something or other. So Hercules has kind of made an addition into this particular shard. And, hopefully people pick up some Hercules and get some good stuff. Now, I'm not 100% sure on all difficulties being done. I assume that all difficulties can be done in order to kind of get back some stuff from it. It's great this time they've done totals of like the volume of the star ore you can get, which if you do Cavalier, you get 225,000. But I want to assume that you can do all difficulties in order to get, further and beyond. From a reward standpoint, again, that's kind of going to be important to players, as I just kind of like zoom this in right here. There is a good enough volume of 6-star shards available in that, first of all, with the 6-star shards in the Cavalier Valkyrie store, it's 650 increments of time times 10, so that's going to be 6,500. So it's going to have a weighty cost to it. There is Tier 6 Basic Catalyst Fragment and Tier 3 Alpha Catalyst Fragment of the same amount as it was last month. And I think this might be where Kabam are going with the volume that they give back, which is great. Massive thumbs up. Love that. Love that being given out for free. Excellent. But also, what else? 6-star shards, again, important. You don't see anything more in like the Cavalier section. The Thronebreaker section just looks like, well, like that. Then like in the uncollected section. And I don't know if these are split off. This is the thing that kind of like, kind of concerns me, is like, okay, will these type of players only see this type of store? Because if that's the case, then it's only 6,500. So I'm not going to go commit myself to say this is how it is going to be. I'm going to have to wait until next week until this is actually put out, or just see whether or not Kabam have kind of announced that you either, if you're Thronebreaker, well, no, it wouldn't be just Thronebreaker, because then you get like that. So I want to assume that you all get, you know, these different types of breakdowns here of the different stores, or at least there's something where it goes like, okay, well, this is the most that you can choose, or something. This is kind of like, I wouldn't say it's locked. Well, some of it will be locked, but then all of this will be open. Especially because you, like, if you're Cavalier and upwards picking up like 225,000 like start, or you want to be able to choose, go, okay, well, I've got like 5k left. What do I do with it? And you're like, okay, well, I need to purchase them from the Conqueror store, for example. So I'll have to see again how that kind of breaks down, and we'll be doing some kind of loads of breakdown videos, and we'll be doing some totals and things in a little bit. But yeah, the only extra thing you can get 6-star shards wise in the uncollected store is there 10 times 150. That's 1,500. So what's that? 500. That's 8,000 to total 6-star shards. It's a little bit less, but I wonder whether Kabam have got something else. Now, we do have a Tessa Thompson celebrity challenge, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. Nothing's been announced on this, so we'll have to kind of like, if it's a surprise, it's a surprise. There's a start or deposit solo event, which is as soon as you start spending. And I want to assume again, because it's like points that you get, and the points must be like how you spend, possibly. The more you get, 6-star shards wise, is there anything here? No, doesn't look like to be any 6-star shards kind of like in here, which is a bit disappointing, but at least kind of like there's some extra 6-star shards and stuff, 6-star signature stones, and a 5-star awakening gem crystal, which is nice. Also mythic crystal, or 3,000 6-star shard selector. So there we go. So that's kind of builds it up then to 11,000 6-star shards. So that's good. That's where that clarifies there, that you either get the choice of the mythic crystal or 3,000 6-star shards. I know what I'm choosing, and it will be the 6-star shards. In any case, there you go. Like that's it. I've got more breakdown videos to kind of do, because we'll break down more kind of like solo event, kind of like take home with stuff. It will take a little bit longer than this video, and I don't want to make it too long. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching this video. Looking forward to next month. Check out some other content, as this game keeps disconnecting me and kind of not connecting correctly, but that's MCOC. Check out some stuff on screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video whenever that be. Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye.